name is Jackie, and this is my channel. I just call it Everyday with Jackie. If this is your first time here, welcome. On this channel, you'll be sure to find some monthly favorites, some vlogs, some testing new products, a little bit of lifestyle content, and the rest of my videos are all things beauty. So if this sounds like the channel for you, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you'll be aware each and every time that I upload a video. And for my returning subscribers, it's good to see you as always. Welcome to today's video. Today I am going to bring you my June Yeas or Nays, which is just another term for my monthly favorites. So if you're interested in seeing what products that I have been loving and using, then please keep watching. Okay, you guys, we're gonna jump right in. When I started pulling my products, I was like, I didn't want this video to be too long. So if you know there was a product that I really loved but didn't mention in this video, that's the reason why. I just had to cut it off somewhere, because these products actually have probably been my favorite products for maybe May and June. So let's just go ahead and jump right in. I'm gonna just go by kind of like category because it's a lot. It's a lot. Okay, I think I'm ready, so we should be able to fire through this really quickly. The first product that I do want to mention is this Clinique Even Better Clinical Serum Foundation. And this is what it looks like. And if you saw my vlog, you know I was hemming and hawing about the shade. And a lot of you told me that the shade looked fine. And I would have to agree, especially probably now because I have definitely darkened up a little bit. But this is in the shade CN 116 Spice. I do like this foundation, and what made me gravitate towards it is because of the skincare benefits in it, and because it's like a serum foundation. And I find that this is a little glowy on the skin. It's not heavy. It doesn't set down heavy. It doesn't look like you have a mask on your skin. I just think this is a really nice foundation, and I feel like my skin can breathe underneath it. And I have been loving using it. I haven't been able to pick it up since it came out of my Shop My Stash, but I really want to. But I have so many other foundations that are just waiting their turn. But if you have not had a chance to try out this foundation, I would definitely recommend it. Like I said, it sits so nicely on the skin, and I just love that it does have the little skincare benefits added to it. Now, my next foundation I want to talk about is by Rare Beauty. When this first came out, I was like really not interested in it, but I kept seeing so many reviews on it. I do have the shade, now I have the shade 460W. I have picked, this is my second bottle because the first time I picked up the wrong shade, it was really red on my skin and I didn't like the way it looked. So I couldn't really judge the foundation really much because the shade was wrong. So I went ahead and went in store, and the lady recommended this. She says, if you wear Fenty 420, that this is the shade that people are picking up, and that was my Fenty shade. So she was right, because this worked out beautifully once I got it in the right shade. This foundation, like I said, I saw everybody doing reviews on it, and so it kind of piqued my interest finally. You guys know, if you're not new, I'm always late to the game. So I went ahead and went to my JCPenney Sephora and picked it up. And I think this one to me is a little bit, I think the Clinique wears a little bit more lighter in terms of lightweight on the skin than this Rare Beauty does. I feel like with this Rare Beauty, I definitely have to, cover up my pores, but it's still not a heavy foundation that you wouldn't want to wear it in the summertime. I think it looks really nice on the skin. I like it. I think it looks good on my skin. So I'm happy that I picked it up. I'm happy that I was able to finally find it in my right shade, and I would definitely recommend it. I can see me picking up both of these foundations again if I ever run through a foundation, which is highly unlikely. Okay, so I had to plug in before my battery died. This is the second video in a row that I'm filming, so I'm trying to rush through this because I gotta go to work. Okay, so the next product that I do want to talk about, I am so surprised that it's in my monthly favorites, because if you know me, if you've been following my channel, you know the looks that I do are probably warm looks and some colorful looks as well, Monique. I do colorful looks. And I just did not think this would be a palette that I would like. When I received this palette in my BoxyCharm, I was like, I don't like that. I didn't want this palette, but I love this palette now. I have taken it to work with me when I don't have time to get ready at home. I take it to work with me. It's just been a palette that I have enjoyed using. And it is this palette right here by Natasha Denona. And this is called the Ayana palette. I do not even like cool tone palettes really, but this palette here I love. And one of the things that stands out the most when I use it is just how silky smooth these shadows go on, how silky smooth these shadows swatch. And I am not new to Natasha Denona's formula. I currently probably have 7 to 8 palettes, by probably 9, including minis, by Natasha Denona. So I'm not, unaware of her formula. But this palette right here, it just seems like this just has a little bit more creaminess, a little bit more silkiness to it. I just couldn't get over it, especially these metallic shades in here. When I use my finger to put some on and just touching it, these are so silky. So hopefully she will eventually, I think this was made specifically for BoxyCharm, but hopefully she'll consider putting this, if she's able to, in Sephora. And if she does, you guys should pick it up, because this palette I loved using. I loved it. And who knew? That was a surprise to me too. Next up on the, I mentioned that I didn't really feel good about putting palettes that I've only used a couple of times in my videos, but somebody said they would like to hear about palettes in my video regardless. So that's why I put the Natasha Denona in. And also I do want to just segue to these ColourPop Super Shock Shadows. So these Super Shock Shadows are from the Wild Child collection, I believe. I'm not 100% certain that was the name. I'll put it on the screen. But I just used one of these Super Shock Shadows again in my Vacation Vibes video. And it was the shade, I think it was the shade Free Rain. I think this is the shadow that I used. But this is Free Rain. Look at how beautiful they are, you guys. I really don't have time to swatch, but they're just, and they all have this little shimmer, but it's not too much. I used that because I was doing a bronzy look, and that's all I went into. I just put that all over the lid. And then this one is in the shade Basic Instinct. I'm telling you, these are effortless. If you find a Super Shock shadow that you just want to place all over the lid and then just blend it out with one shadow and be done, then you need to pick these up, because these are gorgeous. Look at that one. Oh, that's so pretty. And this is in the shade Run Wild. These are just effortless. Just swipe and just swipe it on your lid and be done. These are so pigmented, and like I said, each of them have a little bit of shimmer, but it's not over the top. You can just see it a little bit in the light. It's a little bit reflective, but these go on so well. And this for me is so easy to pop in my purse as well and take on the go. So I'm sure most of you are already familiar with the Super Shock shadows and how they go on, how vibrant, how pigmented they are, and these are no different. So definitely know that these are still available on the ColourPop site, and they're just so pretty, so so pretty in this particular season that we're in summer. These are perfect. So I would think about picking these up. If you haven't picked up any Super Shocks, they're perfect for this time of the year. Now next I want to highlight one primer, and I also received this in my BoxyCharm, and it is by Touch and Soul, and it's called the Pretty Filt'r Icy Sherbet Primer. Now when I first used this, I wasn't really impressed, but the more I used it, the more I liked it. First of all, let me show you what it looks like. First of all, the packaging is just so cute. Love it. And then this is what it looks like on the inside. It's kind of like a putty. And then, let's see if I have a clean finger. And then what I like about it is that it's so cooling to the touch. When you put it on, it's just so cool. I keep saying I want to put it in my refrigerator, but it's just so cool. And then when you blend it out, it almost feels like water. Almost feels like water. And I don't know that it's blurring or doing anything else other than that, but I do know that it's very smoothing. And I love how it's cold when you put it on. To me, it would help to just revive your skin, to make it look a little bit plumper, but those are just my opinions. But I like this primer a lot. And what I do know is that when you put your foundation on or anything on top, that it does look more smoothing. So I do like this primer so much, and I'm glad that I received it in BoxyCharm. And I do have another primer by Selena Gomez. Promise you, this is not a favorites full of Rare Beauty, but I do have another primer by her, and this is called, I think it's Always an Optimist. And this primer, what I like about it is that it's smoothing also. It's supposed to be a pore diffuser, and I can't say that I've noticed it that much as far as my pores, maybe just a little bit, but I do like how it goes on the skin. And I think I was mentioning maybe my last video, this is what it looks like, that I do like when I put it on. Well, see, I take that back, because this area that I just put it on, it does look diffused. It looked diffused immediately. Maybe, well, I'm going to say it goes on smoothing, but I don't think it diffused my pores. But I don't know. It may did just a little bit, because you know how you have those little lines in your skin? I think it does diffuse. And I do just like, it doesn't feel silicone. Doesn't feel like a silicone primer, but it just feels silky when you rub your fingers together after you used it. Let me see if I can show you guys up close. I'll put like a little drop, because this, I think it does diffuse a little bit. And I think it just blurs just a little bit. If you can see that. But I'm glad I picked this up. I got this as a sample. If you spent so many dollars, you can get this for free to try. So I definitely would consider purchasing the full size of this, because I do like it, and I always feel like I need more primers. The next thing I want to talk about is the blush by Rare Beauty. I picked up the shade Love, and this is what it looks like here. I said I'm late to the Rare Beauty train, but I'm on the train now, headed for the station, because she has some wonderful products. And this blush right here on Deep Skin, I don't have it on now, but this blush on Deep Skin is beautiful. The thing about this bottle, because it is a cream blush, it does get dirty quite a bit, but if you can get beyond that, this is beautiful. Let me take a little swatch for you. Look how pretty that is on Deep Skin. And I'm sure it would be pretty on other skin tones as well. I can only speak for myself. And on me, on a deep skin girl such as myself, it's just so pretty. This is so pretty, and it dries down and it blends out effortlessly. I usually use my beauty sponge to tap it in. It just blends out flawlessly and effortlessly, and it's just so pretty. I have it again in the shade Love, and this is perfect for the summer as well. Now we have just a few more items. I do want to talk to you about another blush that I had the opportunity to pick up. I'm sorry, you guys, I'm bulk filming today. And the other product that I had a chance to pick up is by McGrath Labs. I picked up this blush in the shade Paradise Venus. First of all, I cannot get over the packaging. This is so pretty. And it's just like a little envelope. It just tucks away nicely in here. And then this is what the blush looks like. And it has a little button here that you just push in and the blush pops open. Comes with a mirror. And this is what Paradise Venus looks like. So pretty. So pretty indeed. And let me just give a quick little swatch. And we'll put it next to Selena Gomez. This is Paradise Venus right here. And how pretty is that? It's gorgeous. And both of these blushes are long wearing. You don't have to touch up your blush at the end of the day. Both of them go on easily and they stay there. They stay there for the full day. So both of these are loves for me. So beautiful blush. If you're interested in Pat McGrath, I would definitely get a blush. She has so many blush shades that I'm sure you can find a shade that would suit your skin tone. I know she must have come out with maybe like 6 or more blushes. So I'm sure you can find one that fits your skin tone. And the next product, we're almost done, you guys, is by Charlotte Tilbury, and this is the Hollywood Flawless Filt'r. Now, I have been just recently picking this up more and more. I do have it on today. What I have been doing for this is for today especially, I put it on my upper cheekbones where I would put my highlighter, put it down the bridge of my nose, right here in this area, and up here between my eyebrows. And I just think it adds just that perfect glow. And if you put highlighter on, I put it on before I put my foundation on. And so when you put your foundation on, you can still see a little glow to your skin. And then when you put your highlighter on top, it just makes everything all the more radiant, all the more glowy, if you will. It just makes your highlighter pop even the more. So this I have really been loving. I picked this up in the shade 6.5 Deep. And I said that in my Shop My Stash that I was going to put it in my Shop My Stash and just leave it in there so I can remember to use it, because I really like the way it looks under my foundation, and I think it just gives everything just so much glow and radiance. So this I like a lot. Let me show you what it looks like. This is what it looks like, and I'll do a little swatch of it right here. And this does come in more shades, but this is a shade that I felt would fit my skin tone. Going to blend it out a little bit and you guys can see the reflectiveness of it. It's very pretty. I like this a lot and glad I picked it up. I think this is in her mini, and I think this was maybe $25. And I have 3 more products to talk to you about, and they're all in the same family. I picked up 3 concealers, and the first one I want to talk about is by Too Faced, and it's the Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. And I picked up the shade Chestnut. And it's a very nice concealer. Once again, very late to the game. I had this in another shade that was much too dark, and then I finally decided to go ahead and pull the plug and try to get it in the skin, or in a shade that would match my skin tone a little bit better. And this, I feel, is perfect. I don't feel that this is what it looks like in the shade Chestnut. I don't feel like this is a drying concealer for me. I feel like it adds enough moisture, even though it's not, even though it's not like a dewy one, but I just don't feel like it dries out my under eyes, or that it creases or makes them look cakey. I like this foundation, this concealer, and I feel like it lasts. At the end of the day, if I set it good, I feel like it's still there and that it's lasting, and that, you know, the darkness doesn't start to peek through underneath my under eyes. Hold please. So I like this concealer a lot, and I'm so glad I finally picked it up. My next concealer, I was on the fence about whether I was going to keep it or not, and this is by Tarte. It's their Ultra Creamy Shape Tape Concealer. Now, I wasn't sure about the shade, number one, but I think the shade is fine for the times that I've used it. The shade works out. And the shade that I picked it up in is 53N. So I think the shade works out. Now, what I noticed, this is it right here. I don't think it's the wrong shade for my under eyes. What I noticed about it though, because it is an ultra creamy formula, is that it creases a little bit. Now, it depends on the powder that I use as to the longevity of the concealer. But I do notice that because it's so creamy, which I like because it doesn't make my under eyes feel dry, but you just have to set it good. And with my under eyes, I can go cakey real fast. My under eyes will look cakey. You can see the creasing in it, and the powder will just sit there. My under eyes is a whole different beast. But if I set this with just the right powder, which I've been loving my Black Radiance banana powder a lot, then this does wear well. But if you don't set it good, you will find that it will crease on you. But I do like it, and I'm glad I picked it up. My last concealer that I want to talk about is by Makeup Forever. It's the Matte Velvet Skin, and this is it says it's 24 hours, and I picked up the shade 5.2, and I got this on sale for $13, and I love it. Now this one, I read on Sephora that it was matte velvet, and like I said, I like really not matte underneath my eyes, but I still wanted to try it, so I picked it up, and I was like, if you don't like it, you spent $13. So that's what went ahead and prompted me to go ahead and get it. This is what the shade looks like here, and it is matte. I can tell it's matte even when I'm blending it out, but it just looks so good, you guys. It just hides everything, and it blends out. You know, I go to work and blend it out, and it just blends out flawlessly. And then when I set it with powder, it just looks so good to me. And I went back on because I was going to pick up another one of these. So I was like, they're $13, but they had already gone off sale. And I was just like, you don't even go through concealers all that fast, Jackie. Just pump your brakes. But I like this a lot. And again, this is from Makeup Forever. It lasts. I have not noticed the creasing with this. And because it's a matte concealer, it doesn't look cakey underneath my eyes. It doesn't look like it's just sucking the moisture out. It just wears well. And I'm so happy I got this. This quickly became one of my favorites. Like I said, I jumped back online to try to purchase this again. So this, I absolutely love it. So that's it, you guys. I hope I didn't keep you too long. These are just the products that I have been loving. I forgot to mention one. I have this palette by Hipdot. Now you guys may say, what? We haven't seen this palette. Well, you saw me haul it, but you haven't seen a look. So I will pop up a picture. I did a look and posted it on Instagram using this palette. So if you're not following me on Instagram, you need to follow me because sometimes I post pictures there that you don't see on YouTube. But this Hipdot palette I got in BoxyCharm. This is what this baby looks like. And when I tell you that these shades are pigmented, they are pigmented. And these blues are beautiful. This shade right here, this teal blue, it is my favorite. Let me just do one swatch. This shade is my favorite. Is that just not beautiful? I absolutely love this. I'm so happy that I received it. Look at it. These shades are beautiful, you guys. So if you subscribe to BoxyCharm and you didn't get this palette, I will jump on there and pick this up because this is awesome. So that's it for my monthly favorites. I just had to go ahead and throw this back in because I almost forgot. I had pushed it over to the side, but that's it for my monthly favorites. So I have actually all yays and no nays. Everything that I have been trying has worked out for me, and I have loved each and every product. So thank you so much for tuning in to today's video. If you did enjoy the video, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up. Also, leave me a comment below and let me know if you have any of these products in your stash. I would like to know, because I know some of you have some of these products that I have been talking about today. So let me know below. Thank you so much for tuning in, like I said, and give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel and ring the notification bell. It just lets you know each and every time that I upload a video. And share the channel, because you know I don't mind. And lastly, please know that you are always welcomed and wanted here on my channel. And with that said, thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody, and have a great day. Bye-bye.